guys, happy Friday. I just blow dried my hair, which is why I look like I stepped right out of the 80s, so ignore that. But I want to talk to you guys today about macros and micros and why I guess I shouldn't say I hate, I do not like this whole fad of counting macros. And I'm going to tell you why. I think you can do it correctly, but I would say 9 out of 10 people are doing it incorrectly. Because when we start counting our food, that means we don't trust it. And here's the thing, is food is not supposed to be out to get us. If we're eating the right food, it will always be a net positive for your body. When you're eating the wrong food, that's when you have to start counting it. Does that make sense? Because the wrong food is going to make you put on weight, is going to create inflammation, which is going to mess up your hormones. Therefore, it's going to make you put on weight. And the majority of us that are counting macros are trying to lose weight, trying to get the rockin' bod. But guess what? You can have the rockin' bod and feel like crap. So I want to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to go back to micros and to hormone imbalances. So the importance of eating food that is trustworthy is so that we can have proper hormonal function. If your hormones are broken, if your hormones are not working with you but against you, trying to lose that weight is going to be like pushing a boulder uphill. And that's when you're going to be like, I have to count everything. I have to make sure everything that goes in my body is micromanaged because it's going to make me put on weight otherwise. It shouldn't be that hard. So if you find yourself doing this, if you find that you are counting macros and still putting on weight or not losing weight, you most likely have hormonal issues that you need to heal up. And guess what? When you have hormonal issues, you most likely need to eat less sugar and more fat. Now that doesn't fit in with the macro analogy, right? That seems so counterintuitive in this macro community. But that's the thing is, counting macros solely works on like a bank account where it's saying X amount of calories from carbs and fats and proteins will have this reaction in your body. And that's not true. Because again, like I said, if you have hormones, like let's say there's two people, two different hormone systems, one person's hormone system is broken, the other one is okay. And they go on the exact same diet with the exact same macros and the exact same foods. One of them might lose weight and one of them might gain weight. Does that make sense? So I have had people in our office that eat like 500 to 1,000 calories a day and they still consistently put on weight. Why is that? It's because of the quality of the food and because their hormones are messed up. So if you suspect that you have hormonal imbalances, work on that first. Work on your macros. Your macros are your vitamins, your minerals, your amino acids, your fatty acids. Your amino acids are your proteins, your fatty acids are your fats. And what else? Antioxidants, because all of these things are going to help your body heal and help it regulate itself. And that's the thing, that's the issue with this macro world, is we don't trust our bodies to regulate themselves. So we have to micromanage it. But when you give your body the right tools, it'll do it by itself just fine. And not only that, you'll have tons of energy, you'll have thick hair, good skin, anti-aging, less pain. Another thing that I'm seeing in this macro world is these people are getting their rockin' bods for a few years, and then they're hit with autoimmune issues, or they're hit with intense like arthritis, or intense digestive issues, or they have migraines, or they start developing fibromyalgia type symptoms. And again, it's because they are stressing out their body to the max while micromanaging their food, and their food hasn't been designed to heal their body and invest in the body's ability to heal itself. So let's go back to my analogy of the house of the 3 little pigs, right? The first little pig builds his house of straw. The second little pig builds his house of sticks. And the third little pig builds his house of bricks. Now, these 3 little pigs' homes could be sexy, right? They could look good. But they all have curbside appeal. Whereas the house of bricks not only has curbside appeal, but is really sturdy. So when stress hits it, when a storm hits it, it's staying still. Nothing is moving. And if it breaks down a little bit, there's very little to patch up. Now let's go to our homes with sticks and straw. Those homes look great, right? You can make them look really good. But bring in a storm, bring in some stress, and those homes are falling to pieces. It's the same with our bodies. We need to prioritize building our bodies with bricks, building our bodies with the right micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, healthy fats. You guys, the brain is like 60% fat. Every single cell in your body has a fat membrane. A lot of your hormones, a lot of your sex hormones require cholesterol. We need fat. We need a lot more fat than we realize. So excessive amounts of fat doesn't make you fat. Sugar makes you fat. So don't count your food. I need to talk about, it's raining now, so I'm gonna have to go inside and wrap this up. But let's talk a little bit about what counting macros really does do for people and how I like it. I like that people are starting to look into depth with their food. I like that they are trying to form a relationship with their food and they're trying to learn more about their food. But now we need to kind of take it to the next level and not just say, okay, let's just break this down to a carb, a fat, and a protein. But we really need to break it down with how much nutrient density does it have? Am I getting the biggest bang for my buck when I eat this? Because you can have a piece of bread or you can have broccoli and they have the exact same profile of carbs or fats or whatever. So make sure that we are getting the right macronutrients and a massive amount of micronutrients, because that's going to serve you long term. It's going to help your hormones so that losing weight isn't hard for you anymore. Because losing weight shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be a part-time job. It should just be something that your body does when you feed it the right foods, when you feed it high quality foods. Now, if you have insulin resistance, that's a different story because your body has been so abused for so long. But again, insulin resistance is just a hormonal imbalance. So that is something that needs to be addressed. And that's something that needs to be healed up. And how do you heal that up? Not by counting macros. It's by looking in a smart angle at your food and being like, okay, it's the quality of the macros. Because certain macros, certain carbs are going to exacerbate my insulin resistance, which will make me put on more weight. Whereas certain carbs are going to help heal my hormonal system and decrease my insulin resistance. So anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say. Hopefully that gives you guys some food for thought. And again, if you're confused, talk with a professional. Talk with someone who understands the functionality of the body and the hormones and how to heal the body from all of these things. Take care, guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your bodies. Feed it all the good food. And I will talk to you later.